What's up, everybody? This is Morgan Flowerchild of Flowerchild Productions Incorporated, and you are watching Amplified Exposure Live with Teresa B. Let's get it.
Keep shining, let it shine, shine like a diamond. Keep shining, let it shine, shine like a diamond.
Good afternoon, Facebook. This is your girl, Teresa B, coming live and direct from Amplified Exposure Live. Today, I have my wonderful guest that I've been waiting to talk to for the last couple of weeks, Mr. Buddy White from the group Intro. Do y'all remember the intro? I know y'all remember Intro because they were dope. So he came on today, not just because he's one of my new friends, but he came on today because he likes me. And for those of you that are out there in Roku land, La La Land, TV land, listen up. He's got a lot to tell us about his career, and he might even sing us a little song. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good, Teresa. How you doing?
I'm doing well. As you can see, I am a goofball. I like to have fun on my shows. I'm so happy to see you today. I'm so happy that Mr. Whaley referred you to me for my show. It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I was one of your big fans back in the day. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's awesome to be here.
Thank you. All right.
Whaley.
Yeah, let's get started because I got a lot to ask because you guys were in the spotlight for a very long time. So tell me, how did you get started in singing altogether?
Well, I got into singing pretty much once I met Kenny Green. Prior to meeting Kenny Green, I was just a piano player and like a producer. Wannabe rapper, but producer, and I played piano in church. Once I met Kenny Green, who was an R&B singer, he taught me rhythm and blues and the things that I could do with my voice and stuff like that. And it really was going into production of the first Intro album that I really got into my voice and stuff and found out what I could do vocally. Yeah.
Right. So
rest in peace, Kenny Green.
Oh, he's deceased. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to hear that. What group was he from?
Intro.
He was with Intro. Okay.
Yeah, this is my second interview tonight where they didn't know that Kenny passed away. I want to tell you, Kenny passed away like 20 years ago. But to say that, rest in peace, Kenny Green, is like Intro's music outgrew the members. Like nobody knows who's in Intro. Nobody knew Kenny Green. Nobody knew myself or the other member. But and that's like me I have like a favorite. One of my favorite groups is the Brand New Heavies, and I can't name one member in the group, but that's one of my favorite groups. So the music outgrew it. But to answer the question, that's how I got into singing. Once I met Kenny Green through a mutual friend, Ken Thomas, who told Kenny that I played the piano, and he told me that Kenny could sing, and we got together and started just going to the recreation center, playing music, and him writing. And yeah, that's when I got into singing.
So how old were you when you first joined the group?
Well, I started playing music. I was like a paid musician in church since I was like 12 years old. When I joined the group, I was in the Army at the time. I was like 22 years old. We were stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and we just started from there. Yep.
Wow. Okay. And who's the third member?
The third member of the original group, his name was Nelson Brown. But he decided to stay in the military.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. And so you started on this journey at 22 years old, new to the music industry.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you got a song on the radio.
Got a song on the radio. Yep. I heard it at home and heard a car drive by and No, I hadn't given anybody a cassette tape, and wasn't even CDs at the time. And I was like, that was the song. I know it was a song that drove by. And then later on in the day, I heard it again, and then I decided to turn my radio on at home, and sure enough, they had started playing "Love Thing" on the radio. That was our first single.
Love Thing.
Yep.
Okay. So when did Let Me Be come in? Because that was one of my favorites. Let Me Be the One.
Let Me Be the One came out about 2 months after Love Thing. Like Let Me Be, Love Thing was our introductory record, like the setup record. And then we went down to Atlanta and shot Let Me Be the One video. Then they started playing Let Me Be the One. BET started playing the video and the radio stations. Let Me Be the One got like double or triple the play that Love Thing had got. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
a lot of people thought that Let Me Be the One was our first single. And we actually, Let Me Be the One, we actually put together for Mary J. Blige. So that was going to go on the What's the 411 album. But Puff only needed 3 records. He didn't need 4. So he just took Love No Limit, My Love, and Reminisce. But so we kept Let Me Be the One for ourselves. Yeah.
Awesome. And who helped you produce that album?
Dave Hall. The entire album was produced by the Untouchables. Shout out to DJ Eddie F and the Untouchables. Novell Hodge, Dave Hall, Darren Whittington, Kenny Cornegay, Spunk Bigger, Kenny Smooth. Yeah.
Nice. And so you're making this success with this first record. This is your first time being out there like that. You're making videos, looking good in the videos, and y'all dancing here and you singing there. How was life? How was life for you now that you are this big time star?
Well, we never looked at ourselves as stars. We've always been musicians. It's just always been about the musicianship. But it was a great time. I was still living at home with my mother, so my responsibilities. Because once I came out the military, I just went back home because the music has started while we were still in the military. So we actually left the Army to do intro. We actually signed the deal while I was still in the Army, and I couldn't tell a record company that I was in the Army. They said, "Well, what do you do for a living?" I said, "Well, I sell aircraft." No, what I tell them, I said, "I sell helicopter parts for a living." Because I was scared if I told them that I was in the Army, then they wouldn't have gave us a record deal because at any time we could have been deployed to go back to war.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, it was a very exciting time. It was a very exciting time. Like I said, I was living at home with my mother. So just seeing her being happy, she was happy for my success all the time. Like anytime you saw my mother, she had on an intro T-shirt. She had a color for every week: pink, green, blue. She's definitely our number one fan, and God bless her soul. Yeah, it was an exciting time, and the whole time I was doing it for the music. I was doing it for the fans, but we had been through so much together, me and my mother. Like coming up, I'm talking about like a lot of. We was from Brooklyn, so it was like a lot of things that we went through. We went through the whole entire Brooklyn experience, the good and the bad. And just to be able to have like some success, and I was able to like lift some of the weight off her shoulder. This nasty song "Come Inside," I was able to buy her a house from that nasty song. And just just to be able to do that. God bless her. She's passed on now, but to me, once that era right there, once I saw where she was happy and she was satisfied, like all the other stuff was like secondary. Like I always want to put out good music. I'm always going to create music. But I think my goal from trying to impress my mother and make her happy is what kind of like kept me going and going. And other people caught attention to it, but they really didn't know why I was doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you sound like you were the only child.
Nah, I was the oldest.
Really?
The oldest. Yeah, I'm the oldest. I have a sister and 3 brothers. Yeah, but I'm actually the oldest. So I'm not gonna say I'm the most mature and the one that held it down. But yeah, I'm not the only child.
Okay. And so
her favorite though. No, I'm just joking.
It sounds like it.
She 100% did not have a favorite. I can tell you that. I know she didn't.
Yeah, we all say that as mothers, y'all.
Everybody wants to be the favorite, though.
Everybody wants to be the favorite. My dad is good for that. I think I have 6 half sisters and 2 half brothers.
Okay.
Every time he talks to us, he says, "You know, you're my favorite, right? You know, you're my favorite, right?" And then when we get together, I thought I was the favorite. No, he said I was the favorite last week. So
Oh, wow. Hey,
he played us.
it's all
But
good.
anyway, so when you wrote that nasty song,
Mhm.
what did your mama say?
My mother loved it. My grandmother hated it. My mom, she's team intro through the whole album. Like, it is what it is. Even songs, even the unreleased songs, she's already picked like what I think is going to be one of our biggest songs going forward. One of our biggest songs going forward. I think my mom picked like 20 years ago. It's a record called "Let's Get a Room." It's pure fire, but we haven't released it yet. Yeah, my mother loved the song, but my grandmother was like, she told me straight up. She said, "You know, we raised you better than that." She didn't want no parts of that song.
I'm sure growing up in the church, playing for the
Yeah,
church.
yeah. We
So
kind of pushed it past where we should have, but at the same time, during that time, you know, it was acceptable. We didn't tell nobody to go out and do drugs and hurt themselves or grab no guns and stuff. We was just talking about making a little love, you know, having a little fun, you know. I wish music would go back to that now. I think the world would be a better place.
yeah, absolutely. Because some of the stuff that I work with a lot of indie artists, and some of the stuff that is out there, I'm like,
Yeah.
who thinks of this stuff? Yeah, it's really really so off from being in love and being happy and raising a family and
Yeah.
so yeah, I wish we could go back to music that like you guys had. So after the first album, did you come out with the second one?
We did. We released a second album called New Life. Not a lot of people know about it because it was almost totally different than the first album. And the reason for that is that it was more of a tribute album to Kenny's dad, because Kenny's dad passed away. As soon as we got the budget to go in and do the second album, his father passed away. So we wasn't even in party mode. We was like pretty much in grieving, and
Right.
you know, we just did more inspirational songs like "Keep Your Head Up," "Spending My Life with You," "New Life." We did put a song called "Feels Like the First Time" on there because we knew we had to do a follow up to "Come Inside," and we knew we also had to have a follow up to "Let Me Be the One." So we did a record called "Funny How Time Flies," which 50 Cent went ahead and took and flipped it on to a whole nother "Funny How Time Flies" and introduced us to his audience and started bringing us out to perform with him. So that was the New Life album. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. And so as the years went by,
Mhm.
we didn't really hear from you guys anymore. What happened?
Right. Well, we departed ways with our record label. So
Mhm.
everybody, we pretty much just went in our own separate ways. The reason why we departed out from the record company was at the time of we put out New Life. They had switched A&Rs, so we felt like we weren't getting the attention that they gave us on the first album, which we knew why, because the A&R had another group. He had a female group, and he actually was dating the group's biggest older sister, Tony Braxton. She had a group. Her sisters were the Braxtons, and they came
Right.
to Atlantic Records. So the A&R at that time, instead of focusing on our album, he started paying. You know, he started focusing, which is the thing to do. You know what I'm saying? You rock with who you rock with. I got it. But at the same time, I feel like it was still a lot of it was still a lot of air left in the balloon where they could have made a lot more money off of us, and which the records still continue to sell today. You know,
Mm-hmm.
had they pushed it a little more, then we might have been in the conversations with the other '90s groups that are out. Because if you like, intro is definitely unsung. If people that come across intro now, they're gonna think that intro followed groups that were out in the '90s. Oh, they sound like these groups, they sound like that. But when actually we were way before that and stuff like that, you know. So
Right, right.
yeah.
So what was the actual year that you came out?
Our first album came out in '93. The second
Mhm.
album came out in early '96. We toured from '96 to late '97. Then in '97 we just took a break. I came home, I built a studio. Other members started doing their own business things and writing for other people and stuff. And
Mhm.
it wasn't until about the year 2000 where we got back together in the studio to start working on the third album. Fubu, the clothing line, had gave us a budget to go in because they were doing a compilation album. So we met back up in the studio in New York, and we just kind of like picked up where we left off. Like it seemed like we was in the studio the day before because we knew at that time what our roles were. You know, I knew I was going to do backgrounds. Kenny was always going to do the leads. You know, and we went in and banged out a bunch of songs there. But like late 2000, early 2001, Kenny's health had started failing him. So then we fell back again before we like made a public commercial push. We never released the third album. Yeah, we just became more concerned for him. So
right. And what year did he pass away?
He passed away October 1st, 2001.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry for your loss. Sorry to hear that. Okay. So all the success. What did you tell the military? You're in the military. What did you tell? What did you tell them?
It was really time for me to go already. I had been promoted to sergeant. I'm like 22 years old. Like I honestly think I was one of the youngest people promoted to sergeant during wartime in the history of the United States Army. Now that I think about it, I was like, wait a minute. I was 22 years old and I was a sergeant. But I'm not tripping or nothing like that. It is what it is. But they knew that I was doing music. At the time, I was in a unit called the 82nd Airborne Division, and they had a chorus. So I was in the chorus where we would go to like Atlanta Hawks games, professional football games, and we would sing the national anthem at these games. So they knew I was into music, but they didn't know that I was going to go and sign like with Atlantic Records and Untouchables, and eventually they start hearing my music on the radio and stuff like that. But I always stayed in touch with those guys. Even to today, I still talk to them. But I didn't have to explain anything to them. They wouldn't get it anyway. You know, they wouldn't have got it. They didn't, you know. Felt like I was quitting the team, you know. Stay here and fight. Exactly. I'm good.
Especially during wartime. They're like, where you going?
Well, this was after. Yeah, this was after that. That died down.
Yeah, okay. My mom was military, so I know all about it.
Thank her for her service for me, please.
Well, she's deceased, but she would, if she was here, yeah, she would love to hear that because she loved the military. She loved the military. She would do anything for her country. So when she passed away, there was a big salute, and it was great because that's exactly what she wanted. So military can be good to some people. You demand what you want.
Yes.
Demand what you want. So you got that keyboard there. We're not gonna let you just sit there in front of that keyboard and not do anything.
I started hearing like this real hard echo, right? I love the piano.
I do too, but I can only play with one hand.
One hand. That's how I started, playing with one hand.
Really?
We'll be on the beach and we all alone. No Blackberries, no iPhones, no paparazzi, no friends around. The sun is going down, it's getting hot. City Rock at the spot, it's time to rock and roll until the sun returns. I love what you're doing to me. Love what you're doing to me. I love it. I love what you're doing to me. Yes. I love what you're doing to me.
Look at you serenading all the old ladies on a Friday night.
Thank God it's Friday.
I know, right? I know. So you said you had a song that has not been released. When will that song be released?
We have tons and tons and tons of songs. We have tons of songs. We have too many songs. Like our catalog is bananas. Like this one right here. Like I'm thinking about putting this on the documentary. It's called "Love You Like You Need to Be Loved." You want to hear a little bit of it?
Absolutely.
2 minutes. I'll play right past the first verse. I'm gonna love you like you need to be loved. I'm gonna love you like you need to be loved. the spark, baby, I'm gonna be dynamite. I'm gonna love you like you need to be loved.
That's nice.
Love you like you need to be loved. Love you like you need to be loved. That's it. I'm gonna love you like you need to be loved.
Is that you on the lead?
That's me on the lead.
Okay.
By all means, by any means necessary. Yeah, I definitely had to step it up. And I just love production and I just love writing. But I also didn't want the story to end. I didn't want the story to be intro ended because Kenny passed away. That's the only thing. So I'm like, if we just put out a few more records, you know what I'm saying? I don't want the narrative to be that on Wikipedia or whatever and stuff. We've added new members and stuff, but it kind of didn't work out and stuff. So I was like, yo, I'm just gonna step up and I'm gonna do the best that I can and the best that I can. And it is what it is, you know. And they're calling. We're here from there. We're from here to there. We go, you know, to London, to New York, to this place, to that place. So as long as they keep calling, we're gonna go and do our best. And it's, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. So what, out of all the places that you toured or been to, what was the best place to have a concert at?
My favorite place of all times to perform is London, England.
Mm-hmm.
The most exciting place we performed was St. Petersburg, Russia. We had a crowd of 350,000 people there. We went out there with Stuntman, who has the song "I Like to Move It, Move It," and the 69 Boys Tootsie Roll. That was the most exciting time because of the culture shock. But anytime we go to London, England, it's just a big party. Like from the time we land to the time we leave. Yep.
What's the difference between their fans and the fans in the U.S.?
They just know their music so hard. Like they pay attention to every little melody, they sing. When you perform in London, you really don't have to sing on stage if you don't want to because everybody's singing the songs. In New York, New Yorkers or say, like, you got to give it up. Like you can't, in New York, you could get away with like, say you singing Let Me Be the One, you could go, baby love, come on, listen to me.
And they know all the words.
All that we've been through, I never give up loving you. In London, you can't do that. You got to sing the song through. They're like, we came here to hear you sing, but they'll sing with you. They don't want the break, you know.
Right.
Let me be.
Let me
You're like,
be.
no, you're going to sing that. But I love New York. I love the United States. Like numbers, like honestly, United States is number one in our. I just opened up. I just got a royalty statement today. I'm gonna go to some numbers. Like on this computer right here. Like United States is number one. The UK is number two, and oddly, Korea is number three.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it is.
Let me pull this up right here. Then we got Australia, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, Denmark, France, Germany, Ireland, Italy, Mexico, Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, South Africa, Spain, Sweden, United Arab Emirates, and then Japan, but the Korea Republic, Malaysia. Yeah.
Wow. So you're still getting royalty checks. So I was
25 years later. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? It almost feels criminal to me because I love music so much. But you know, I have a son that's a senior in college right now. So it helps out. Trust me.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I was told that from a couple of celebrities that I've met in the past that they get like royalty checks every 6 months. Is that how it works?
Every 4 months, quarterly.
Okay. Okay. And when you were a singer back then, how often did royalty checks come? Was it the same process?
Every 3 months. Let me see. Like, okay, like this one represents. Okay, I'll tell you. Because I always like to kind of break down the music business with people. Like this is from 10/1 to 2020. From 10/1 2020 to 12/31 2020, which is really a 3-month period. And even though it's December 31st, 2020, that payment didn't come until like this week. That's how crazy the compilations and stuff is. Because it's a lot into it, especially with streaming and them accounting. But shout out to Warner Music Group, because I've spoken to a lot of artists and they got some real horror stories, and I just shut up. I can't even get into the conversations, because honestly, these people have really been respectful and they've done the right thing with us. They set up retirement accounts for us. You know, and I'm not bragging, but I'm just saying, like, I hear so many horror stories, and I can't say it comes from people not reading their contract, because we didn't read ours. We didn't read ours either. You know, we were young. We just wanted to get out there, but there was somebody that was watching our back. It might have been an attorney. It might have been Eddie F or whatever. But you know, I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Yeah, that's a blessing, because not too many artists can still say that they're even collecting any kind of royalties at this point.
Yeah.
So what did you do when it turned to the digital world? How did that affect a lot of your artist friends and yourself?
When it turned to streaming, it kind of did it, and I wasn't really paying attention to it. It just happened. And then it just changed on the statements to like I started seeing stuff like iTunes, Spotify. I started seeing like, okay, let me see. I see something that says it'll say downloads, stream subscriptions, ad supported, Apple iTunes, Nevada Media, MediaNet, Amazon Download, Google Play, Samsung Electronics, Apple iTunes, Amazon Download Store. It's just, this stuff was never on there before. YouTube Premium, Amazon Music Unlimited, Pandora Premium, Rhapsody. Before it would just be like cassette, album, DVD, album. So it's a lot more involved, and I've had to go back and read. I picked up the Donald Passman book, Everything You Need to Know About the Music Business by Donald Passman. It's the 10th edition, and I try to keep up with it like that. I ask a lot of questions. If I don't know, I'm not going to act like I know. I'm going to call another artist. I'm going to call 2-3 attorneys if I have to find out what's going on. And putting this documentary together with Netflix Films, I feel like I could run a record label right now. And wow. I think they know I can do it too. Like if somebody was to give me a legitimate record label right now, I think I would run circles around the labels that are currently out right now. If I got a legitimate shot as the CEO of a label, I think I would run circles around a lot of the cats. No disrespect, but you know, I'm just focused. It's a whole different, like this COVID thing has just got me in a whole different lane. You know what I'm saying? It's not even that big. It's like, it's really like this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Wake up in the morning, do the glass of water with the lemon in it, meditate, focus, you know, let's go, let's get it. Early bird get the worm. Yeah.
Well, you can come on and help me with my new record label I'm starting. I'm a Sony Orchard distributor, of course. Right. But I can use all the help you want to give, because you're right. It's like a lot of things churning while we're sitting here during COVID. A lot of ideas coming out and a lot of creative people coming together, especially like on places like Clubhouse and different places where we're exchanging information. So it's a blessing to actually have this moment in time where we can all exchange ideas and have these conversations. Yeah. So kudos to you and that brilliant mind over there.
Since like you said, since COVID and since like Clubhouse, it's gone from like opportunity has gone from like a garden hose to like a fire hose. You know what I'm saying? And it's how much water you can catch to how much it's going to benefit you. You know.
Exactly.
And a lot of stuff flies right past me because I can't grab it all. You know. Right. But you'll be able to. You could grab what you need, what you know that pertains to you. And I do a lot of just doodling. Like all around me, I have stuff like this, like pads, and I'll just you know, I just wake up in the middle of the night and just like go.
Yes, notebooks everywhere. I have about 8 of them with different music categories on what I need to focus on and what I need to write about. So I feel you, and it's like always a dump. You always find something out, and you can.
Send me one of your artists. Let me do a couple records.
Yeah, well, Listen, I have about 25 right now as on my distribution label, so I would love to send you some.
That
We
would be amazing.
we have to talk about that behind the scenes. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So I appreciate you so much. What's next for you? Are you coming out with any groups or anything else
I've been
happening?
working with some really, really good artists. Madam Ray, Markel Gray, CJ. Um, my main focus right now is the documentary for June 4th, along with the soundtrack. And
Okay.
from there, we'll see what happens. But that's where I got all my beans in the basket for that right there. I'm counting on it. So about 64 minutes of just straight up intro to story of from the beginning to pretty much current day. Shot in 4K. We're going to the film festivals. Of course, you will be invited on the 19th and the 20th to view it of March. Like next week, we're gonna send you the link where you can watch the full length documentary. And then June 4th. It's gonna be
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. So has Unsung done a story on you yet?
No. Unsung has not done a story on us. We've spoken to the people at Unsung, but this documentary right here is our story, is our Unsung. It's our full featured Unsung with no commercials. Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm so proud of you and all your accomplishments. It has been a pleasure that you're here today to tell me all this good stuff. You are very talented, and I know you will continue on with the group. So I'm going to leave out with "Let Me Be" because that was my very, very favorite song that you had out. But before we go to that video, can you please tell everyone how they can reach you in case if they need production, writing, or anything in the business?
Buddy Wilke Music is my last name is Wilke, Wike. A lot of people think it's white like the color, but it's Wilke, Wike, like a bike. Buddy Wilke Music, and that's pretty much it. And it's dope that you said "Let Me Be the One" is your favorite song. So I'm gonna tell you how that song came about real quick. It's only gonna take me 1 second. Guess where it came from? You ready?
Yep.
You already know, but you don't know. Let me be the one you come running to. Doom, doom, doom. I'll never be Al Green. Let me be
Wow.
the one you just switched it up. Yeah. Flipped it up to where it
Never,
was legal.
never would have put that together. Never would have put that together. Look, I can't even talk. Never would have put that together. Look. Sometimes. That's awesome. Well, that was one of my favorites, and that's what I jammed to in my little yellow car that I had.
Oh no, my sister had a yellow car. She sold it because people was thinking it was a taxi cab. She had a yellow Nissan Exterior. She said the final straw was a whole family trying to jump up in the back seat when she was in Manhattan one day. They just opened the back door and the whole family clumped up in her back seat, and she had to get rid of it.
Yeah, I had like a Geo Metro with the little you could do the top back. I thought I was doing it in Atlanta. Okay.
All right.
And within 3 months, I totaled it.
Ouch. Those are the cars we love. I've totaled the cars that I've liked the most. Yeah, I think I've totaled like 2 or 3 cars.
I didn't really like it. I just thought I was cute. That's all. I didn't really like it.
I'm gonna get my dream car this summer though. I don't even know what it is yet, but God is already telling me. So I always say I'm not gonna get my dream car when I can afford it. I'm gonna get my dream car when I'm awarded it. And I know I'm gonna be awarded that car this summer. I already got it. It's already in the plans. It's already in the universe. You know, it's just gonna be a matter of going to pick it out and pick it up.
Well, listen,
thanks to people like you, Teresa, for sharing your platform. Thanks to people like y'all for watching and supporting the family and stuff. Know that I'm not wasting your money when you go out and do an intro download. I'm putting my kids through college, in private school, and I'm trying to do the right thing. So your money's not going to waste.
Yeah, well, I was about to say you still getting royalty checks. You go buy whatever car you want right now.
It's not that big. It's not that serious. I'm just happy to be able to do what I do, and it's all good.
Well, cool. You have a website or an email address or anything that people?
My website is buddywike.com. There's a lot of information on there about me, but I don't have any merchandise and stuff set up on there. So I just hang out with people on the regular spots like Instagram and Facebook for now until I'm there. Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thanks again for coming. We definitely will talk off screen one day. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video for our people. Again, y'all, this was my favorite song. Thank you so much for coming on here, buddy.
Pleasure, my pleasure.
All right, God bless.
God bless you too.
Chance for romance, I'll show more love than you've ever known. Straighten it out and make love the way it should be. Oh yeah, one thing sure of, the love we have will grow. If at first you don't succeed, you got to love again. Just let me be. So 1 minute to hear what I have to say. Still wanna hurt me, then walk away.